Hey everyone, I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. Have you ever had a belonging that is just so important to you that if you ever lost it, like life would just stop for you? I have things like that. Like one of those items for me is my iPod. When I lose my iPod, like everything stops. I can't do anything else, and I turn the whole house upside down just trying to find it. And I just pause everything. Everything just gets put on hold for just a few minutes until it's found. And then the moment I find it, it is just like, oh, an absolute sense of relief. And I actually appreciate this item all the more that I have it back in my hands than I did 5 minutes before when I didn't even know it was lost. Well, recently too, I had that same experience with my own child. You know, got a silly iPod, but then you take a human life. And I was out here in my backyard, and it's just one of the most glorious days you could imagine. It was just a beautiful fall day, and sun's out, and we had every toy out you could think of. And we were playing catch, and we had tractors and bikes out here, and we were just having the time of our lives. And for one split second, I turned my back on my oldest son, Cooper, and I went over and I started, working on something else. I think I had to fix one of our bikes for my youngest son, Spencer. I'm down on the ground and I'm fixing his bike, and I wasn't paying any attention at all to Cooper. But I had this sense that he was still behind me. Well, my senses proved wrong because I turned around and I looked, and he's not there. I thought, oh, that's interesting. He must have just gone and wandered off back behind our garage here, which is kind of his usual thing to do. He'll go back there. We have a little sandbox to play in. And I go back there to look, and he's not there. And I think, oh, okay, well, maybe he wandered around inside the garage. So I go around the garage looking for him all the while, and inside the garage, and he's not to be seen in there as well. And then this sense of panic comes over me just a little bit because I start to think, he could be up near the road, and we have this dirt road right out here in front of my house where cars fly by at 30 or 40 or even 50 miles an hour, and it's one of my nightmares that one of my kids would be out in the road and potentially get hit by a car. And so I sprint up to the front of the house up by the road just to see, and thank goodness he's not there, but I start to get scared because I'm not seeing him anywhere. And I look in my yard, he's not there. I look in my neighbor's yards, he's not there as well. And I come around to the side of my house here, still trying to find him. I don't see anything, and I stop here again and I look at the back deck, and I don't see anything there either. And my heart just stops because my son who was with me just 2 minutes ago is now not there. And the only thought that I can possibly imagine is popping in my head really quickly is, somebody took my son. He moved just far enough away from me that somebody grabbed my son. And this horrible thought is starting to fester in my mind, and I'm just panicking. And all of a sudden I just scroll my head up. I look up and I see right at the very back of my yard, I see this little 2.5 foot boy standing at the fence, looking over at a dog on the other side. He was curious. He got drawn by a dog in the neighbor's yard. And I sprint back there. I leave everything behind. I leave Spencer, who's safe in this moment. And I sprint all the way to the back of my yard, and I pick him up, and I just squeeze him as hard as I can. I give him a huge kiss. He's like, Dad, no, and I'm just loving him so much. I am so happy that he is okay. And that was my natural reaction as his dad. The other reaction I could have had is I could have gotten really angry with him. I could have gone back there and just scolded the heck out of him and said, Cooper, what are you doing? You know you're not supposed to be this far away from Daddy. But that never ever entered into my mindset. As his dad and finding my son, my first thought was, he's found, he's okay, and I was so thrilled. Well, there is a God in heaven who every single one of us is his child. And many of us have been found by him. Many in this room tonight that are here tonight, we've been found by God. But there are so many, there are millions, billions of people in this world who are missing from God. And millions of those people, billions of those people even think that if God ever got a hold of them, he'd smack them around for all the things that they did. But you know what? That's not the way our God is. That's not the Father I read about in the scriptures. But when he finds a child of his who's missing, when someone who is lost from God is now found, it is like a celebration that you cannot imagine. It is like a party in heaven that I can't wait to experience. And every single one of us in here who've entered into a relationship with God has experienced that. That's been experienced in heaven. And so tonight we're going to talk about this whole concept of what happens when someone who's missing is found. And it is the greatest thing to happen in the world. And it changes the way we see the world as a father finds his missing child. I'm so glad you guys are here tonight. I'm so excited to learn this together.